Hey ladies, I know I didn't give you much notice for this video, but that's okay because I know you guys can watch the replay of it, which is fine. I had not planned on doing this video until yesterday. I knew I needed to do it, so it was just going to kind of be whenever I had a chance. So sorry that there wasn't more notice, but you can still watch it. It'll be fine. Listen, I wanted to come on because I have talked to some of you, messaging each other back and forth and things, and it seems like there's a consistent feeling of, I don't know if it's just one feeling. There's some fear. There's some, when you make notes and then you totally don't even look at them and then your brain gets stuck. A fear or a feeling of just everything sucks right now. Just to be perfectly blunt, I feel like everyone is so down in the dumps right now. And maybe you feel like this is it. Like the ride is over, something's happened. I don't know what to do now. Like, what is my next plan? And I just want to talk to you guys for a minute because I had a pity party too. I'm not saying that you shouldn't ever have those feelings. That's fine. We're all human. But let's have our pity party and let's pick ourselves back up, because you know what amazes me about you group of ladies? Like, you ladies have been here with me since the beginning. You have never quit. You have never given up. I don't know how many teams are like that, you guys, where the leaders that were first promoted to TM are still here now. Like, that were in the beginning with their leader and still here with their leader. I don't know how often that happens. But it's happened here with us, and I think that's special. And I think that's something I know that I think about a lot, and I think, man, that's amazing. Like, I feel super blessed that all of you are still here with me and that you haven't ever given up through all the ups and downs. And I understand that now in our business may be the biggest down we've ever had. I know, and I'm not talking about our numbers, because it seems that our numbers are fine. Our numbers are consistent because we know what to do. We know to have our calendar booked. We know to keep recruiting. We know all these things. But team numbers, my team numbers have not been this low since July of 2014, which was a bad month. I remember that month very clearly. And I don't know, I hate that my numbers are lower than they've been in all that time, in almost 3 years. Yeah, I hate it. It stinks. It's crappy. It is. I get it. But what I refuse to do is give up on it. We have had so many changes in the past few months in Janbury, with Elizabeth coming in and a lot of people going out and just different things, and I kind of expected it to be rocky with all those changes for a while, and I don't necessarily contribute everything to those changes. I think there's a lot of things that have contributed to this downtime for us. But then I look at the future and think there's a lot of good things coming. There has to be, because we did bring Elizabeth in, and Elizabeth is determined to make this right. I mean, it's her job. If she doesn't get it right, what's going to happen? She has to. It's her job. It's her life right now. We have a new catalog coming out, which after the last catalog we had and all the complaints and suggestions and all those things, I am just banking on that this is going to be a knock your socks off catalog, and hopefully the best one we've ever had. And I just feel like things are going to go back up. You guys have seen all those charts of life as an entrepreneur, and it goes up and it goes down and it goes up and it goes down, and some of the downs are more down than others. Hey Denise, sorry you're feeling bad. Hopefully you can just listen. So anyways, I have all these notes. I haven't even read them yet. I'm just sitting here rambling about things. So I know some of you are really down right now, and I hate that. I hate that for you because I don't like to see y'all down. I care about you guys, and you're important to me, and I want you have your downtime. That's fine. I mean, seriously, like, I sit in bed and watch the Gilmore Girls and cry, and then, you know, I pick myself back up and we start again. And that's just kind of how we have to be. And I don't ever want to hear you guys say that you're a failure, because you're not. Because the people that are failures are the people that give up and walk away, right? Like, I feel like I have failed in many ways in this business, and I've been doing it. I'm coming up on my 4-year anniversary this spring. I have failed in a lot of areas. I feel like there's so many things I've done that didn't work that I could go on and write a whole book about it. And I felt like a failure, but I'm not a failure because I didn't give up. I took what didn't work and I learned from it, and then I got up and I tried again. And that is what a successful leader and entrepreneur does. We don't know anyone that failed because we don't ever hear about them, right? It's kind of like my daughter, like, she's gotten into all this theater stuff. You know, and if she goes to an audition and she doesn't get in, we don't just go, oh, you failed. That sucks. We go out and celebrate because she tried. And even though she didn't get in, she learned something from it. She took the constructive criticism and will use it next time to do better. And that's what you do. You know, you take the golden nuggets that you learn from your mistakes, and you move on and you get better every time. And she's going to be a very successful actor because that's how she handles that. You know, she doesn't come home and cry and be upset because she didn't get the part that she wanted, or she didn't get in the play or whatever. I hope that makes sense. And I also want to just point out, you guys, that a lot of our feelings right now, I feel like, are based on December and January. Because November was still a good month, at least team-wide it was. We almost brought in what we brought in last year. Almost. We were like $200,000 short. So that says to me that we have not hit rock bottom. If we had hit rock bottom, it would have been much worse than last year. Much worse. Which I know December and January have been much worse than last year. But it's December and January, and they always suck. Every year. If you go back and look, these months have never been good. November is huge. December stinks. January stinks. February doesn't stink much less. And then March, we pick it back up again. And that's the way it's been for 4 years. So I want you to remember that and not base all of your feelings and decisions on these 2 bad months. And another thing I want you to think about is you never want to quit on a bad day or a low. Like, that's never the right thing to do. You've got to wait until you're at a high again. And then if you still feel like it's not good for you, that's when you quit. But you don't ever quit when you're on a low. So we've had our pity party. We have our feelings. We understand that it stinks right now. And I get it. And you are welcome to message me and vent to me all you want. That does not bother me at all. I am here for you. I want to help you. I want to know what you're going through. I want to know what your struggles are. I want to know all those things. But I don't want to just stop there. I want us to think, okay, so what are we going to do to turn it around? What is it that we do? Because I think a lot of us right now are feeling like, what's next? What do we do? I don't know what to do anymore. And it's kind of like what I posted on here last week or so. Like, what were we doing in the beginning that was so successful? And I don't think it has anything to do with particular things that we were doing necessarily. I think it has to do more with the time that it was. I think it has to do with our, what's the word I'm looking for? I just had it and it left. Our attitude towards things, I guess. We were excited. Things were booming. We wanted to share it with everyone. I think that's kind of gone away a little bit. We become too comfortable with where we are and maybe thought that we could just coast for a while, and that didn't work. Anyways, the change needs to start with us. And when I say us, I mean this group of ladies right here. Because we are the leaders of this team. We are the leaders that have brought all these people in. And we have to start the change if we want to see a team-wide change. That's just how it has to be. Everyone's looking to us going, okay, what are we supposed to do now? And that's a huge responsibility. It is. And it's scary because you think, what if I don't do it right? Or what if I don't know what to do? I don't know. So I have been thinking a lot, trying to figure out what that answer is. And there's not a one-size-fits-all answer. There's not a guarantee that the answer is going to work. But I wanted to just share some of my thoughts with you guys. And I'm sure I'll have more thoughts as time goes on, but I just want to share with you what I have right now. We kind of have to take what's happening in Jamberry as a whole, like the change with the CEO and the shipping issues and all these things. And we kind of have to just take that in stride and let it be what it is, because we can't do anything about that. Those things are being worked on. I think we have to focus on the things that we can control and let Jamberry focus on the things they can control, because I know it's being worked on. Number one, what I would love to see with this group here is everyone being unified. Like, just this group here has so much knowledge and so many great creative ideas, so much success between everyone. I feel like if we, just this little group, could be more unified this year and help each other and be there for each other, bounce ideas off of each other, share ideas with each other about what's working. Just be like a super knit sisterhood right there, right here on this page. Like, we need to have each other's back, you know? Because I realize with these messages that I'm getting that we do have a page here where we can come and go, you know what? This is not working. Someone help me out. Like, what's working for you right now? That's not being utilized on this page. And I think it would be an amazing thing if it was. I think it would help everyone. And then the other thing, which I've been talking to a lot of you guys about this week, is vision. And I think it's so incredibly important to, number one, have a vision, but number two, share it with your team. Because I think a lot of the team right now doesn't know what they're striving for. Why are they still here? Why are they still doing this? What is it that they're supposed to be working towards? They don't know. They don't know anymore. I just remember, I thought back to when I started, and my first, 4 months, I'm plugging along. I don't have a sponsor that's helping me at all. She's new too. And I was doing like 10 parties a week. I mean, it was ridiculous. Trying to keep up with all of that, it was crazy. But I loved it. I loved every second of it. Like, I couldn't wait to get home and check on my parties and go through all 10 of them and see how many orders there were and all these things. And I was making a good paycheck doing that because I had so many stinking parties. My PRV was huge. I had top sales lots of months and things, and I'm rolling along. And then I kind of came to a place where I went, okay, well, I mean, I'm doing good and I've got these parties and everything, but I'm starting to recruit some people that I didn't really know what to do with them besides teach them what I knew. And I hadn't had any kind of training. And, you know, back then we didn't have training on the workstation. And Janberry didn't really do calls or anything like that. And so one day I thought, man, like, I feel like I'm at a roadblock where I've done everything I know to do and I've got good paychecks coming from it, but there's got to be something better. Like, there has to be a next step where it can get even better. And so that's when I figured out how to reach out to my upline, which was Rachel Hughes, and asked her if she would do a call with me. And I just said, listen, this is what I've been doing for 4 months. It's working. I'm doing great. But there has to be more. Like, what's next? What am I shooting for next? And she said, well, do you want to be in leadership? And I said, hey, if it's there, I want it. Like, I'm a competitive person. If there's a goal to reach, I'm going to reach it. And she said, okay, here's what you have to do. And here's what she told me, which terrified me, by the way. And some of you will remember this. Most of you will remember this. I'm not sure how many of you were around. I specifically remember talking to Whitney. And I can't remember. I know I made a few phone calls that day. After I got off the phone with Rachel, I loaded up my family, drove them to the park. I said, go play. And I'm going to sit right under this tree and make some phone calls. And I only had a handful of people on my team at the time. And I called every single one of them that day. And this is what Rachel had told me. She said, okay, number one, you have to stop doing 10 parties a week because you can't get to leadership without having a team, and you can't have a productive team if you're doing 10 parties a week because then you don't have time for a team. And she told me, I want you to give away half your parties for next month. And I went, so basically you're telling me you want me to give away half of my commission check next month. And she said, yep, that's what I'm saying. And I said, you know what? That terrifies me. But I'll do it because I want to be a leader. And she said, then I want you to call everyone in your downline and I want you to tell them your vision. Okay. So I did. We went to the park. I sat under that tree. I called everyone on my team, which again was a handful of people, 5 to 7 people maybe. And I know Whitney was one of them. And I just called each of them and I said, hey, here's what's going on. I'm giving away half of my parties for next month. I want to be a team manager. And I want you to know that that's my vision. I want you to know that I want to be a team manager and I have a plan for this team. And I want us to be a huge, fast-growing team. And I want to know, are you in or are you out? Are you on board with this? And every single person that day said, I'm on board. Let's do it. Let's rock it out. And I walked away from that park feeling ecstatic, thinking, oh my goodness, like how is this happening to me right now? How did I come into this position where I have this amazing team that has my back and they're on board with this vision? They want it too. They can taste it. They want it so bad. And I think we have to get back there. I think that vision was a huge thing for my team that day. I think, and I don't remember everything I said to them about the vision. There was more to it than that. But our team needs to know our vision, because then they're like, oh my goodness. Oh yeah, there is something to shoot for. Well, let's do it. Like, what are we waiting on? Let's go. Your team has to know that, you guys. I mean, when I did my vision on my team page the other day, I had people messaging me that I have not talked to and I don't know how long, going, I know what I want to do now. That's what I want to do. I want to be a part of that. And they set up coaching calls and we're talking. And I hope that all their dreams come true by doing that. I'm going to help them as much as I can. But your team doesn't know where to go if there's no vision. And they need a vision from you. Of course, they can have their own personal visions to pay off debt and buy a new house or buy a boat or go on vacation or whatever it is. They can have their own vision too. That's great. They need that. They do. And they need their baby step goals to get to that. But I think they also need that unified vision for the team, that we are a team. This isn't just our individual businesses, but our team. And how are we going to rock it out as a team? What are we going to do this year? Are we going to hit $1 million in lifetime sales this year? Is that what we're shooting for? Because I tell you what, that gets the team motivated. They want to see that $1 million. They think that's awesome. And it is awesome. Denise, I'll read through all your questions in just a little bit. I'm not ignoring you. Is it that your team this year is going to have a goal of donating $10,000 to a charity? Is that what y'all want to do? Because that's something you could do too. And that motivates people. You've got to figure out what that vision is. And you have to share that vision with your team. And you've got to get them pumped. And you've got to let them know that that everyone has each other's back. You know? They need to feel that unified spirit as a team. And then they're all on board. They are all in. They want it. Most people come to a business like this for that unified feeling. Like someone has their back. Like they have friends in this circle. Like they have people to share their struggles with. They have people to share their success with. A lot of people come into this type of business just for those ooey gooey, I feel good feelings. So if you can share that vision with your team and get them feeling like we are a unified sisterhood and we are here to rock it out with each other, and this is our goal this year, I think we're going to see a change. I really do. I really do. That first year that I called my team and gave them that vision, I will be honest and tell you, I think that's the only year I've given my team a vision. Because after that, you guys know, everything exploded. I couldn't keep up. I was just trying to survive every day and felt like I was treading the water the whole time, just trying to keep up with the important things to get done every day. And now I feel like we have time to breathe. Maybe instead of looking at this as a downtime and what's happening and why are we sinking, look at it as, I can finally catch my breath and figure out what we're doing here and come up with a plan. So vision number 1. Number 2, we have to stop being comfortable with where we've been. And I think right now, a lot of us are not feeling comfortable anymore. I think we're finally feeling uncomfortable. And that might be the best place for us to be right now. We can't just coast through this year. We can't. It won't go well if we do. We've got to be ready to dig in our heels and work our butts off and make some magic happen. And we've done it before. You guys have to remember that. If you're sitting there thinking, I don't know if we can do it. How are we going to do that? I want you to remember we did it before. You're all on this page because you have been a leader before, or you are currently a leader on my team, or you wouldn't be on this page. So you've done it once, which tells me you can do it again. We can all do it. I firmly believe that, no doubt. I have never seen a group of stronger leaders in my life. I have so much faith in you guys, it's ridiculous. Like if anyone can pull this off, it's us right here. We can pull this off. We can do this. And go back to basics. You know, I've been thinking about reflecting on all the years and thinking about where do I want to go from here? What do I want to do? I've done a lot of different things over the years, you know, like when I first started, I was doing trainings on my team page where I had slides and all those things. And we did conference calls and I did opportunity calls and I did all these things. And then last year, oh, Denise, I just read yours. That's sweet. Hi, Francis. Last year, I decided to do things different. And I'll tell you guys the truth. I follow Rachel Hughes in a lot of ways, you know, and when I feel like I need to change something, I go see what she's doing and I'll do it. Well, one thing she decided to do last year was not do those trainings on her page anymore. She was just going to focus on coaching calls. So I followed that and I did that. It was good in a lot of ways, but I've also heard feedback that it wasn't good in a lot of ways for some people. And I think that Rachel feels the same way because she's changing things this year too. And so that's where you have to go, okay, this worked, this didn't work, what am I going to do now? And I've sat down and made a plan. I've made a plan that every other Thursday I'm going to go live on my team page and I'm going to do a training, and then I'm going to open it up for question and answer. Once a month I'm going to do an opportunity call. Those were very successful when I did them, and I didn't do them all last year. I'm going to do a call with all the new recruits every month because I feel like they're being left out. I feel like a lot of people are being recruited and then they get no help whatsoever. And so that's a way for me to reach out and find those recruits and tell them what they need to know, and let them get to know me so that they feel comfortable reaching out to me. I've already done that twice. I've done that the past 2 months, and I've had an amazing results from that. I'm trying to think of the other things. I don't have my list in front of me that I've made, but anyways, and you guys know I've made plans before and I haven't been consistent with them. Like you guys that wanted to be in the book club. I totally blew that one, right? Not saying I'm giving it up. But sometimes you have these great intentions and then all of a sudden you're so busy that it gets pushed away, And so you have to think about that too when you're making your plan. Like, I can only do so much. I'm only one person. I want to do everything, but I can't. So what are the things that I really need to focus on this year? And I think we need to focus on, number one, our leaders, which for me is you guys. And number two, who we're team manager for, right? Like, that's where our focus needs to be. Because you guys, I don't know how your team pages are, but I have like 300 and something on my team page. And I have a handful that are active on that page and want to be involved in stuff. That's a really low percentage. Really low percentage. It makes me sad. But I think that's pretty normal. And so instead of looking at how big of a number I have that doesn't care about being a part of anything, I'm going to look at that handful of people and I'm going to lock onto them and we're going to rock it out together. And a lot of your plan, which is where I mess up a lot of times, and it's just hard not to sometimes because, you guys, we live in this thing called life. And Jamberry is not the only thing we have going on. We're moms. We're wives. In my family, we own a whole nother company and I homeschool and battle with health issues every day, and you guys have your own struggles going on. All of us do. And so you really have to think about, this is my plan. Now, what out of this plan can I actually get done this year where I'm still going to be happy with my life and I can still be a good mom and I can still be a good wife and I can still help my husband with his business and I can still homeschool and not be distracted by my business. Like, those things are important. Those things have to be important in our life. We can't just go, okay, well, I'm skipping life for a year and we're all going to focus on Jamberry and we're going to rock it out. You know what I mean? Like, we have a life. I get that. And I think that's important. Hey, Whitney, I've been talking for a while, so be sure to go watch everything that you missed. So, yeah, I think that's basically what I want to say, that we just need to kick butt this year together. Because I know we can. I totally know we can. We've done it before. I need to go back through all these comments and see what I need to be answering right now. Yeah. And Denise, that's one thing right now, the recruiting. We all know recruiting numbers are down, right? Yeah. I had a huge dry spell last year. I won't lie to you. I'm not any different than you guys. I'm not experiencing anything different than you are. And so a lot of it, you know, when we started back in 2013 and 14, you guys, we were growing so fast and it was so exciting. And we were pumped to tell people about that. Why wouldn't we want to? Like, look at this amazing growth and opportunity. We have to go tell everyone. We want everyone to have this chance. And then things kind of settle down and get slower, and that excitement is not there anymore. We're not going, oh, well, it's kind of slowed down. Let's go share that with everyone. Which is crazy, because even though it kind of slowed down, I don't know about you guys, but I can't go find a job and have these hours and have this much fun and have these kind of paychecks other places. Like, why would a little slowing down stop us from wanting to share that with people? Like, it's still life-changing. And so I think we lost some of that, and I think we had to find that again. And I know, me personally, when I am feeling pumped about it and I'm feeling good about it, I could recruit like crazy, you know? And then the months that I'm feeling down, like business sucks right now, I don't recruit because I'm not sharing it with anyone because I'm down, you know? I'm having a pity party. I can't recruit when I'm having a pity party. So I think we really need to focus on that this year and make that better. And here's the thing. I know all the changes lately have kind of rocked the boat a little bit, so to speak. But I think once things get into the rotation like they need to be, like Elizabeth's been here for a little bit and she's kind of figured stuff out and all these different things have happened, I really think we're going to see like a boom again. Is it going to be like 2013 and 14? I don't know. I would guess not. That was not sustainable or realistic. But I think we'll see a boom again. And I don't know that it's even going to be that big of a deal because, again, we're basing everything off of December and January, which is not even, we can't do that because those months always stink. Yeah, Denise, that's what I'm saying. Like, this group right here, we just got to solidify and unite. You know, like, we've got to be here for each other and have each other's back and help each other. Like, just this page right here, we could bounce so many ideas and strategies off of each other. It's ridiculous because everyone here has something of value that they can share. Or just be there for each other, you know? Like, I want to see that here on this page. Oh, hold on. The screen just jumped. Denise, I was trying to read. Do you suggest I start with the vision of getting TM back, or do I go with the bigger vision off the bat? I mean, well, what would your bigger vision be, Denise? Like getting to elite instead of TM, or what? Because getting back to TM could be a part of your big vision, unless you've already got a different rank as part of that vision. Whitney's boys are in the tub. You know what? I miss bath time with my girls. Does that sound weird? Like, that was so fun. That, when they were little and I was giving them baths and stuff, my husband was going to college to get his master's degree. And then some nights he was reffing basketball. And so that was like me and my girls' special time together. You know, we used to put those, you know, those glow bracelets that come in a tube that you can get July 4th and stuff, that Target has them in the dollar section a lot. We turn all the lights out and put bubbles in the bath and then break those glow sticks and throw them in the bath. So much fun. I loved bath time. Yeah. And the team pages not being very active, a lot of that is just consistency. When I'm consistent posting in my team page, we do pretty good and I get a pretty good response. And then I get an even bigger response when I'm offering live videos. You know, like now, you know, I'm doing the opportunity call, and I'm doing the every other Thursday live trainings, and I'm doing the new recruit calls. I get a lot more participation when I'm offering things like that. And I have not offered, I used to offer incentives on my page all the time. And that's just super random. I don't do that a whole lot anymore. And I don't know that I'll change that. But yeah, consistency, I think, is a really big deal on your team page. Okay, so do we have any questions? I know some of you weren't here for all of this video, and I really, really hope you go back and watch it. It made Denise cry, so maybe there was something of value in it. Just wanted to share my thoughts, you know, and you guys know me. I'm not like polished or fancy or professional or whatever. This is who I am. Like, I'm just speaking to you from my heart, telling you what I think. And hope you guys know that I do care about you guys, and I care about your business, and I care about what happens to you, and I care about your dreams, and I care when you're down, and I want to know those things. And I wish you guys would reach out to me more, because, you know, when you guys took okay, take this for example. There are elite executives that have their entire team still on their one team page, okay? And that blew my mind. I'm thinking, so I would have 15,000 people on one page. Like, how does that even work? You know, like, that seems overwhelming to me. Now, granted, these people don't have that many people on their team, but they still have a lot of people on their team. And so for a minute, I'm going, you know, because we tend to compare ourselves to other people, which is never a good thing. And so I'm sitting there going, is that what I was supposed to do? Like, keep my whole team on one team page and have them on there so that they see every training and they see every whatever. But then I went, no, because you know the difference in that? The difference is I have strong leaders on my team, you guys. And you guys don't need me there to hold your hand or stand over you like a dictator and tell you and your teams what to do every single day. Like, y'all don't need that. You're strong. You can do that on your own. You showed that you were a good leader, and that's what you're doing. You're leading your teams. And I just feel like that's a huge blessing that's the kind of team we are, that you guys can lead your team and that you can take responsibility for that, and that's what you've built in your business. I don't want to be your dictator. I don't want to have control over everyone's team, because you guys are smart enough to do that yourselves. Like, you guys have way better ideas than I do. So you're great at doing that on your own. I'm glad that that's the dynamic of our team. Totally lost my train of thought just now. What was coming right after that? I don't know. I lost it. Anyways, my point is we have an amazing dynamic on our team. You guys are strong, strong leaders. Strong. Oh, I just remembered where my thought was going. But even though you're strong leaders and you're off on your own doing your own thing, I guess I tend to let you go off and do your own thing, which is fine. That's what I want you to do. But I wish there was more of a connect between me and you, if that makes sense. Because I don't want to come to you all the time and you feel like I am trying to dictate you, or I'm trying to boss you around or tell you what to do. But then there may be times that you're wanting me to reach out and do something. And that's fine. I've gotten messages of, hey, you should have done this, or I can't believe you did that, or whatever. And that's fine. I'm not going to be perfect and do everything that you guys think I should do. But if you don't ever tell me about it, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to change, or if there's something I could do to make you happier on my team or whatever it is. Like, I need you guys to reach out to me and tell me what's going on and tell me how I can help, because I do care and I do want to help you guys. But it's that hard balance of letting you be on your own, because you are a strong leader and you're a fabulous leader. And the other side of the balance of coming to you and talking to you about stuff. Are you doing this? Hey, I think you should do that. Whatever. To me, it feels like you've proven yourself. Like, I don't need to come to you and give you suggestions or tell you what to do. You've shown that you know what you're doing. And a lot of times you have great ideas that I want to take from you, because you guys are amazing. You're very creative and come up with some awesome stuff. But if there are times that you need something from me that I'm not doing, tell me. Like, I love that. I want that, because I want to be a good leader for you guys. I want to be here for you. I don't always know how to do that. And I hope you guys understand, as your teams grow, that balance is there, and it's a hard balance to maintain. I hope you understand that and you get where I'm coming from with that. So, I think that's all I have to say, and now I'm just like rambling, which none of you want to listen to on a Sunday night, I'm sure. So, if you have any questions, put them here, private message me, do whatever you want. We need a slogan for 2017. What could our slogan be? I'll have to think about that. We need some kind of motivational something to remind each other of. Just some little slogan to say for 2017. What rhymes with teen? Scene. It'll be bigger than you've ever seen. I'll have to think about it. If y'all can think of one, let me know. Because we need our motto, our 2017 motto. We need one. We need to rock it out. We need to kick butt. We need to be willing to put in that work and that effort again that we put in the beginning when we were so excited. And while we may not feel excited to put in the effort and time again, I think if we put in the effort and time, the excitement will follow. I really believe that. So, anyways, those are my thoughts to you. Share your thoughts with me. And let's rock it out. Let's do it, and let's do it together. Okay? Talk to you ladies soon. Bye.